Have you ever heard the term homegrown? This week's episode is going to feature us trying to take some deer off of various different properties that are home properties. I mean, whether it's our staff, our family, our friends, like you probably know somebody that owns their own property. And it's truly a blessing when you own your own piece of property. You can watch the deer just grow and perhaps even wander through the backyard. I mean, for me, if I grew up on a piece of property like that, I would consider it a great blessing. Some of us, me included, hope to one day achieve the milestone of owning my own property and growing my own deer. But until that time, let's do this. Let's get to that footage and let's watch us heading out to hunt some homegrown properties. Fred Bear once advised us to immerse ourselves into the outdoors for a cleansing of the soul. Welcome to the show dedicated to giving you that opportunity and more. We hope you'll meet the Creator who offers a true cleansing of all souls. Habit Outdoors is proud to present Season 3 of Decision Point Outdoors.
This field has been known to produce some really good deer.
I was wondering that. I've been doing this 21 years.
But we got the end results.
So this has been a good year. So
Right behind this one tree. Yep.
Well, I'm here at my house. Been loading up the gear in the truck back there behind me. The last few moments, it used to be so easy when I was younger, man. I'd just pack up my clothes and my gun, meet Grandpa at the truck, and we go out and hunt. But now that we're filming, now that we got all this gear to take on a trip every time, man, it takes a little while to load up the truck. So when we get back at it, finish, we're gonna hit the road and head up to Mark's. All right. I'm trying to get to where I can install electric on this and make it my taxidermy shop. Here's why. I absolutely love working on taxidermy projects. So hey folks, I'm up here at my favorite hunting spot in Kentucky. Actually, it's my only hunting spot in Kentucky right now. That's at Mark Bishop's house. He doesn't have a whole lot of acreage like many of you out there, but you can make the most of something like this. We're going to show you what he's got going on out here. He's actually had a couple really nice bucks come out in the last couple nights, so we're going to see if we can see him and put this 6.5 work out there on him. So here we go.
This is into the Raptor Series bag, chest bag that they make. I'm whispering because we're also hunting when I'm telling you this. Hold your binoculars. It holds your rangefinder, wind indicator, and my personal favorite on the front, holster for your 9mm or handgun, whatever you got. Great pack for hunting out west, really anywhere. So this thing put on, we're gonna start looking for deer.
A lesson in athlenomics.
You get what you pay for, right? Well, that's not always the case. Take these big name binoculars and these Athlon Midas G2s. They have virtually identical features and perform equally even in low light conditions. If you want to pay for a name, that's up to you. Me, I'll buy an Athlon and save 200 bucks.
Athlon Optics. Ridiculously good optics at a ridiculously good price.
Your hunting location is unlike any other. The smells, sights, and sounds could never be replicated by a chemical or produced in a factory. The only way to not stand out here is to blend in. Scent Blender is the industry's first site-specific cover scent system. Create your own scents by gathering native plant material, blending with water, and spraying your gear. Stop coating yourself with mass-produced chemicals and start harnessing the native aromas of your exact location. Scent Blender. Blend into your environment.
What can be so challenging about filming hunts at these homegrown locations is that we feel a lot more like we're going to visit a friend's home than an outfitter or one of those really fancy hunting locations. And we treat it as such. And we find that too often we're really lacking extensive amounts of footage. I mean, we end up visiting with our friends in the blind, we have an enjoyable time, but the work associated with filming is often forgotten, and the time with friends, well, that becomes the focus. So on this particular hunt, we had a really nice buck come in at last light, and though some coaching was offered on the filming in low light conditions, our cameraman's instinct kind of took over in the blind, and we didn't really get the kill shot recorded due to zooming in at the last moment. In low light conditions, just a word of caution, cameras tend to capture a little better when they're zoomed out at their farthest. So, hey, you know what? Let's at least get to that recovery.
Alright, Wes. He dropped right in the corn, dude. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, he's a nice 8. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man, this Meredith rifle did the trick tonight. I actually was the silly guy that forgot my own bullets for my brand new gun because I'm not used to have to carry them with me yet. And so, once again, Mark came through on multiple levels tonight. He got me a gun, same one that I shot my black buck with last year. And so the 6.5 Meredith rifle, PRC, has done the trick again, and here is the results. A good Kentucky 8-point. Love this. He was last minute, just like you was saying.
Yeah, last minute.
I mean, very last minute. So, yeah, it was really cool. He come running in. Thought he was coming after the does, you know? He just ran right up to the corn, decided he wanted some food, and we put an end to it right there. So this was a great hunt, Wes. Thank you for sharing the whitetail woods with me tonight.
No problem.
Really had a great time with you here on your places, or on your guys' farm. It was great. So thanks a lot.
So we just came home, and we saw a buck crossing the road, so we came home, got everything ready, and we're about to go out and sit just at the house front field, so and see if we can get that buck. So we're about to go do the recovery. There he is. We've got a couple acres here at the house, and we've been watching this deer for a while. We've got some bad genetics for some of these deer, so he's about a 4-year-old deer, has a real small rack, so shot him as a management buck this year. So
We are feeling the bullet right here, and so we wanted to get it out. Sierra Game King performed well, went all the way through him, lodged against the skin on the other side, mushroomed extremely well, retained its weight. Everything's right there. Awesome shot. Wes, you can keep this bullet as a souvenir of your first kill with your 6.8 Western.
His math is awesome.
Today, we're talking about Athlonomics. It's a simple idea that when you buy Athlon optics, your dollar goes further. But who is it made for? Seasoned hunters? Competitive shooters? What about outdoor enthusiasts? It's all of the above. Athlon designs optics with you and your wallet in mind. Choose Athlon to see the clear difference for yourself.
Well, we're back at Mark's home property again. You know, it's provided a lot of wonderful memories for our team, and we truly cannot say thank you enough to him and his family for the welcome and support of the show. For this hunt, we'll be joining our field staff member Brian Murray as he heads out to do a little bow hunting. Man, it looks as though he's already got a pile of deer showing up all at once.
I missed it. Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Out here in Kentucky, at Mark's house. 2 more days of low season. Thought I was going to be tag soup this year. I was able to come out and harvest this buck here. It's been a good spot for the whole team. Wesley shot a deer out here this year. Chappie shot a deer out here. Sarah shot a doe out here this year. So I thank Mark for letting me come out here this last minute hunt and able to seal the deal here.
Next, we're going to join Mark as he enjoys another hunt on his friend Duke's home property nearby his own. You know, Mark has enjoyed a wonderful hunting relationship with Duke over the years. And you might recall our very first episode with Mark at this same farm from what appears to be maybe even the same stand. But on that episode, Mark was blessed to harvest a nice Kentucky buck in full velvet. So let's join him on this hunt, which is clearly a couple years later and a little bit later, of course, in the season.
See, they get right there, if you notice that. Just everyone. They catch something they don't like. Look at that big one there. They got one in the back. That's a buck. They ain't very big. They're gonna fight. Look at them. They're getting angry too. Yeah, there's one living in the back. The mark ain't gonna shoot no toes. Sitting out there, there he is. There's the shooter. Let me see. Yeah, I see his rack from here.
Yeah.
Sharp, tight, and priced just right. Athlon, ridiculously good optics.
Are you one of those people that has to know how everything works? With my iPhone, I can't figure out how everything works. I can't understand how I can call somebody and talk into this box, and my voice waves just go into this little box and then shoot across the universe and then go into somebody else's phone and they can understand what I'm saying. I got to be honest, I can't tell you how everything works. But if you're one of those people that wants to know how the most important thing in the universe works, then you ought to come and visit Grace Point Baptist Church, because Grace Point doesn't have answers maybe about your cell phone, and as a pastor, I really can't figure all this out. But I can tell you somebody who does, and I can introduce you to somebody who does know how everything works, and that's the God of this universe. And we would love to introduce you to him at 5415 Valley Station Road. Maybe you need to reconnect with the church, maybe you need to reconnect with the Lord, or maybe you need to connect for the first time. Grace Point Baptist Church will be the place for you to figure out how really the most important thing in this universe works, and that is how God has saved us. Connect to him, Grace Point Baptist Church.
Sitting out there, there he is. There's the shooter. Let me see. Yeah, I see his rack from here. Shoot him or not? He's a nice deer. If you walk and get him, okay? Tell me right before you go. Okay. You got the camera on him? Yeah, it's running. Okay. Are you ready? Yep. I'm taking him. Did you miss him? No, I didn't. He's going down right there. He's one went this way out. Yeah, he's going down right up in there. So, we finally struck. I have hunted in this very blind probably 40 hours, and by God's grace tonight, I finally got it done. Oh man, he did not get far.
Oh, he did.
He did not get far. That's a good 8. He is well past them ears. Some little bucks were chasing a doe, and this old boy came out, got the smack. Well, the same stand as last year. Came in and got my hands on another great Kentucky buck, and big 8, wraps around, kind of a tight rack, good height. And when this deer first came out, I thought it was the deer we saw this morning. Duke's gonna be chasing him, and he is a big deer, the one we saw this morning. And but this is a great deer, man. I am tickled with him, and man, just a great Kentucky deer. Well, Duke, thanks again. We 2 years in a row just put him down, so it's a great hunt. Duke, thanks again.
You're more than welcome.
We spent a lot of hours in this.
A lot of hours.
And we got to get yours, and this episode will be done.
Yep.
So Decision Point Outdoors, catch us on the Pursuit channel.
What an enjoyable hunt today, where we got to spend time hunting homegrown deer. You know, the part of it that we didn't get to showcase enough of, for sure, was all that time and effort that went into growing those homegrown deer. I think of the farmer when I think about this, and I think, you know, there's no farmer that waits till the day of harvest, very end of the year, procrastinates and goes, let's throw out some seeds, some water, and hey, we'll just see the crop come up in one day. It just doesn't work that way. That's absurd, right? To think that a farmer could do that. No, they got to work throughout the entire season to earn that harvest, right? It's the same in our own lives. We will not be able to procrastinate and get through everything. Might get by a few tests in school or even project or two at work, but ultimately, you cannot procrastinate and put off that growth that you need spiritually and expect heaven will just be your home one day. You know, for some of us, we think, well, I'm just going to grow some almost like magical beanstalk, and through something I grow on my own doing, I'll be able to reach heaven as my home someday. It just doesn't work that way. As a matter of fact, you're going to have to put some time and effort into that a different way. And right now, you may have to analyze this and ask yourself these questions. What do I grow? What am I working on? Am I growing maybe a business, a career, a field full of deer? I don't know. Maybe I can ask myself, am I growing some other good things, though? Things like, am I growing good relationships? Am I growing children that will be honorable, respectable, God-fearing adults someday? Am I growing my spouse? More importantly, am I growing me spiritually? It starts with asking, do you know Him? Do you know Christ as your Savior? That growth has to start by you surrendering and saying, I have a need of a Savior, and I want Him to come into my life and grow me spiritually from within. If you're willing to ask and invite Him in like that, I'll tell you, He is that crop that sustains all of life. The Bible calls Him the bread of life. When He feeds you internally and grows within you, it actually grows and impacts other lives spiritually as well. I pray you'll start by trusting Him as your Savior today. Look at the website at the bottom of your screen there. We'd love to hear from you. Contact us. We'll help you start that growth of that right spirit within you through Jesus Christ. We sure hope to see you next week on Decision Point Outdoors.